Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about 10 things you should do to get your home ready for spring. Is anybody else ready for spring? I mean, we have been so lucky here in Iowa this winter that it kind of feels, we have had 50-degree weather in December, in January, and now as I'm recording this going into February. Not straight through, but we've had really only one snow where we had to get the snow blower out. Other than that, we were just using a broom. It's like a dream. It's like been the best winter in Iowa. But there are definitely things that I love to do to get my house and just kind of me ready for spring. So whether you're a DIYer, just a home decor lover, just looking to make your space feel fresh and functional, today I'm going to share some practical tips and 10 things you should do to get your home ready for spring. So number one, this is one of my favorites, deep clean your house. So it's going to be time to open your windows and let all the fresh air in. Just look at the windows, like in your windowsills and just like your screens and everything. Spring cleaning is a real thing. It is a must. And along with the actual cleaning and scrubbing is decluttering. I start that in January after we put away all the Christmas stuff. I love the fresh slate of, I haven't got all the other decorations back out and just all my shelves. Right now, to be completely honest, we are still working on our flip house. So my shelves are still bare. It is February 3rd as I'm recording this, and my shelves and the hutch that I always decorate, everything is still bare right now because we are really trying to get this flip house done. But it's just a great time to declutter and just get rid of all the things that you aren't loving or using anymore, or that doesn't fit, or that, stop making excuses and stop saying, someday I'll lose weight and this will fit. Someday I know I'll get this out and I'll use this. Someday I know that I will read these 4,500 books. Stop with that. We have to stop with that mentality and really get honest about what you are going to do, what is fitting right now. I've done a ton of podcasts about organizing. And one of the worst things is that constant reminder that clutter is giving you. So I'm kind of going off on a little tangent here, but so we can take, clothes, for example. If you have a ton of things in your closet, in your dresser, in your wherever, that don't fit you and haven't fit you in the last year, get rid of it. Stop reminding yourself that they don't fit, that they, just be honest about where you are right now. Get rid of them, donate them, and let's move on, okay? Another thing one thing that really I love books. I love to read. I'm always at the thrift store, the book section. You will find me. I will always stop through that section and, look for books. I don't find them all the time, but when I do, sometimes, you go through this spurt where you'll find a ton. And for me, if I read a book, I get rid of it. I'm not somebody that likes to hoard books. I don't like to hoard really anything. But if I have a stack of books that, let's just say they're next to my bed, I used to have a table next to my bed where I would stack the books up. And that overwhelm of, oh my gosh, I have, let's just say 10 books I still need to read. That overwhelm of too much, it overwhelmed me. So just go through your stuff and be completely honest and declutter and get rid of that stuff. I promise you, it does so much more for your mind than it does even for your space. It'll be so good. And just spring is a great time to, it's a great excuse to bring up that word again to, declutter and really, really clean. Like I said, wash your windows inside and out, dust off the surfaces, just refresh areas that have been neglected. Just a clean home It just feels lighter and brighter. And by clean, I mean decluttered too. So this is one thing before the warmer temperatures set in, look for your air, check your air filters, schedule a maintenance check on your air conditioning unit before it gets to be 145 degrees out and everybody needs their air conditioner fixed or serviced. Do it in the springtime. It's just going to ensure that everything is running smoothly before you really need it. So for us, we cover our air conditioning unit in the winter. And so in the spring, we take that cover off, getting ready for the warmer months. Depending on what your air conditioner looks like, we know over at our flip house, some leaves have got in the way that air conditioner is. So we know we need to, take the leaf blower over and just kind of blow those things out. So just check your HVAC system. Refresh your outdoor spaces. So the winter can leave those outdoor spaces looking a little worse. So sweep your patios. You might get the power washer out. If you do not have a power washer and you have never used it on your driveway or a patio, it is one of the most satisfying things. It's one of the most satisfying chores that I can do. It's just so soothing to wash all that or to watch all that dirt and grime just be, washed away. So definitely do that or borrow somebody's power washer. Your deck, it can just clean the wood really, really nicely. It's one of my favorite things. Clean up your outdoor furniture, just all that. It's just a great time to add fresh plants depending on the weather, flowers for a pop of color, but just kind of setting things up, cleaning things up, and then setting things back up for spending more time outside in the spring weather. Another one is inspect your roof and your gutters. Snow, ice, and winter storms can take a toll on your roof and the gutters. Check for any loose or damaged shingles. Clean out your gutters. The amount we have done, is this our 6th or 7th property? I can't remember. The amount of houses that we have done where people do not clean out your gutters, I'm telling you, it can lead to so much more damage in the long run than you can even imagine. Just clean out your gutters or put on those gutter guards. If it's something you just don't really want to do, have somebody come, or you can do them, install those gutter guards. So at least less and less is going in your gutters. But you need to clean out your gutters, clear out any debris. One of the houses that we got, it actually had it, when we're buying these houses, we're buying them as is. They have been vacant for a long time and they just haven't been taken care of or lived in and one of the houses had so much caked in soot and dirt in the gutters just of years not cleaning it. And we have an elderly neighbor where we were going over there and she said, can you just get the leaves out of our gutters? We had found that there was so much soot and dirt in her gutters that they weren't even draining properly. I'm so glad we found it. And that happened at one of our flip houses. And once we got that all cleaned out, everything starts running smoothly and you're not going to get things backed up or get, water sitting where it shouldn't be. And your gutters are important. Make sure that you're cleaning them out. Next is swap out seasonal decor. Obviously, you can put away your heavy winter blankets, your dark tones, bring in lighter, brighter colors, go to your thrift stores. I have a ton of, blog posts on my website, mycreativedays.com, that show you, what spring decorating all from the thrift store, the things that you should be picking up. You can swap out throw pillows, add fresh flowers, or faux if you're like me and don't have a green thumb. And then just incorporate spring inspired decor pieces to breathe new life into your home and just to kind of waken it up, right? Just kind of, it's just a breath of fresh air after the long, long winter. The next one, I kind of talked about this, is clean and prep your windows and screens. So, right, with warmer weather, we're going to have our windows open. It's one of my favorite things about spring, is that we finally get to let the fresh air in. So just make sure your screens are clean. And you may think that they're clean. They are not clean. And just make sure they're intact, and enjoy the breeze while you're not bringing in any bugs. Check for pests. Spring is prime time for critters to start coming out. So check for any signs of pests in and around your home. Seal up any potential entry points. Consider some pest prevention measures if needed. You may have to look into that as well. Another one is refresh your entryway, your front door, or where you come in and out, or guests come in and out. It's the first impression that they see, and it sets the tone for your home. So just give your front door, maybe your front door needs a fresh coat of paint. Maybe it's a new doormat, like you left yours out over the winter and now you can't even read what's on it or see what's on it. Maybe it's a wreath or a potted plant to welcome the season, just to kind of awaken the front door, the entry. Prep your garden and lawn. So this is something that Matt, I'll be like, it's nice enough today. And let's just say it's April or something. It's nice enough today. Let's go out and do whatever, clean out the flower beds or something. And he'll be like, nope, we can't do that yet. So definitely know when is the right time to do this kind of stuff. But if you love gardening, now is the time to start. Rake up leftover leaves, prep your soil, plant your flowers, herbs, vegetables, those kinds of things. But just kind of getting ready for it and know what you're going to do. It's a great time to do that. Organize and rotate seasonal items. So this is another big one. So for your entry, or like where you and your family come in and out, swap out it's time to put the boots away. It's time to put the scarves away, the mittens, the hats. And now it's time for umbrellas and lighter jackets. Organize your storage spaces, your closets, your garages, so you can easily find your spring and summer essentials. It's just time to kind of put away all the winter things. And with that kind of goes the organization. So especially like when our kids were younger, I knew we weren't going to be able to fit into the snow pants we wore this year, next year, right? So then I just started a pile, cleaned everything. And, same with, they grow so fast. So same with like the snow boots and those kinds of things. Are you going to be able to get another year out of them? Or are they pretty much, they are not going to fit into the snow boots next year? It's just all those, same with coats. The kids just grow like weeds. So it's a time to be honest about, okay, yep, she's not going to wear this again. He's not going to wear this again. So let's start making a pile or a box of things to donate and get rid of them then. You don't have to store them all spring, summer, fall, then to get them out in the winter and say they're not going to work, right? If you already know that, start getting rid of them now. Same with like, even if things have you've worn them out, the snow pants have big holes in them. The mittens have big holes in them, those kinds of things. Like, okay, it's time to get rid of them, right? Don't store them if you know you're not going to get another season out of them. So I just thought this might be helpful, get us ready to start thinking about spring. Just think about some things that maybe you haven't thought about. If you are somebody that has said, this year, I'm going to get organized. This year, I'm going to deep clean. Do it. I promise you will just feel so much better. You feel so much lighter. It's not even the space. It just relieves so much stress for you. So do it this year. Make it this year that you're going to do it. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at lindsay@mycreativedays.com. If there's a podcast topic you would like me to cover, you can reach out to me through email or a quick DM on Instagram @mycreativedays. That's always great too. I love hearing from you. It's the best. Your questions, your comments, they are the best podcasts, my favorite podcasts to record. So keep them coming. I truly appreciate them. So until next time, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.